Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy. How to use the power of your subconscious mind to acquire wealth. Decide to get rich the easy way with the infallible help of your subconscious mind. Trying to accumulate wealth through hard work and sweat is the way to become the richest man in the cemetery. If you are having financial difficulties, if you are struggling to make ends meet, this means that you have not convinced your subconscious that you have always had plenty and some to spare. Surely you know men and women who work a few hours a week and earn fabulous sums. They don't strain themselves or become workaholics. Don't believe that nonsense that the only way to get rich is by slaving away. It's nothing like that. A relaxed lifestyle is the best. Do the things you love to do and do them for the pleasure and excitement they give you. I know an executive in Los Angeles who earns hundreds of thousands of dollars. Last year, he embarked on a 9-month cruise to see the most beautiful places in the world. He told me that he had convinced his subconscious that he is worth every penny he earns. And he added that, in the company where he works, there are people who, although knowing much more about business, earn only a tenth of what he receives and, in all likelihood, could earn much more. However, they have no ambition or generate creative ideas, and they are also not interested in the wonders of the subconscious mind. A wealth is in the mind. Wealth ultimately is nothing more than a subconscious conviction of the individual. You won't become a millionaire by saying, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire. You will develop an awareness of wealth, yes, by impregnating the mind with the idea of wealth and prosperity. Your invisible means of support. The problem with most people is that they don't have invisible means of support. When businesses disappear, the capital market goes down, or they suffer losses in their investments, it seems that they become powerless. The reason for such insecurity is that they don't know how to explore the resources of the subconscious mind. They are completely unaware of the inexhaustible treasure they have within themselves. The individual with a poverty mentality lives in poverty. Another, with a mind overflowing with ideas of wealth, has everything they need around them. We were never condemned to live a life of indigence. We can have wealth, have everything we need, and still have plenty left over. Words have the power to purify our minds of wrong ideas and instead instill others, right ones. The ideal method for building wealth consciousness. As you read this chapter, you may be saying to yourself, I need wealth and success in life. What you should do is the following. For about 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, repeat to yourself, wealth, success. These words have tremendous power, and they represent the inner power of the subconscious mind. Anchor your mind to this enormous power that exists within you. Then situations and circumstances corresponding to the nature and quality of the same will manifest in your life. You are not saying, I am rich. You are using authentic powers that exist within you. There is no conflict in your mind when you say wealth. Moreover, the feeling of wealth will spring up within you as you contemplate the idea of wealth. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Always keep this fact in mind. The subconscious is like a bank, a kind of universal financial institution. It capitalizes on everything you deposit or record in it, whether it's the idea of wealth or poverty. Choose wealth. Why your wealth affirmations? Fail over the years, I've spoken to a lot of people, and I always hear the same complaint. For weeks and months, I repeated, I am rich, I am prosperous, and nothing happened. It's because when they said, I am rich, I am prosperous, they felt deep down that they were lying to themselves. One person told me, I affirmed that I was a prosperous man until I was exhausted. Things are even worse now. I knew when I made the affirmation that obviously it wasn't true. Their affirmations were rejected by the conscious mind, and the opposite of what they affirmed and proclaimed became reality. An affirmation is more likely to succeed if it is specific and does not create mental conflict or contradiction. The affirmation made by this man made things even worse because it suggested the state of want in which he found himself. The subconscious accepts what we truly accept as true, not just fanciful words or statements. The dominant idea or belief is always accepted by the subconscious. How to avoid mental conflict. The ideal way to overcome this conflict in cases where people are having difficulty is frequently make the following practical statement. preferably before going to sleep. Day and night I am being helped in all my endeavors. This affirmation will not provoke doubt because it does not contradict the impression engraved in your subconscious mind of lack of financial means. I suggested to a businessman whose sales and finances had declined sharply and who was extremely worried that he sit in his office, relax his body, and repeat the following statement several times. My sales are improving every day. The affirmation gained the cooperation of both the conscious and subconscious minds, and good results followed. Don't sign blank checks. You sign blank checks when you make statements like, I don't have enough for what I want, I'm in a worse situation, I'm going to lose my house because I can't pay the mortgage, and so on. If you're full of fear about the future, you're also signing a blank check in attracting negative conditions. The conscious mind accepts your fear and negative statements as a request and begins, in its own way, to create obstacles, delays, shortages, and limitations in your life. The truth is a subconscious conviction. Engrave in your mind the idea of wealth. The true source of wealth lies in the ideas in your mind. You can have an idea that is worth millions of dollars. Your subconscious will give you the idea you seek. The block to wealth is in your own mind. Destroy this obstacle right now by making peace with all people mentally. The subconscious mind pays you compound interest. To those who have a feeling of wealth, more wealth will be given. To those who have a feeling of poverty, more poverty will be given. The subconscious multiplies and magnifies everything you deposit in it. Every morning when you wake up, deposit thoughts of prosperity, success, wealth, and peace. Spend time thinking about these concepts. As often as you can, occupy your mind with them. These constructive thoughts will become deposits in the subconscious mind and bring you abundance and prosperity. Why didn't anything happen? I can hear you saying, oh, I did that and nothing happened. You didn't get results because you gave in to thoughts of fear, maybe 10 minutes later, and neutralized what you had positively affirmed. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up later in the day. You have to let it take root and grow. Suppose, for example, you're about to say, I'm not going to be able to make this payment. Before you go any further than, I'm not going. Zerania changed the phrase to a constructive affirmation, such as, I will prosper in all my endeavors. The true origin of wealth. The subconscious mind never lacks ideas. There are an infinite number of ideas ready to surface in the conscious mind and transform, in countless ways, into money in your pocket. This process will continue to occur in your mind, regardless of whether the stock market rises or falls, or if the value of the dollar or pound sterling falls. Your wealth never truly depends on stocks, shares, or money in the bank. These things are only necessary and useful symbols, but only symbols. The point I want to emphasize is that if you convince the subconscious mind that you have wealth and that it is always circulating in your life, you will always inevitably have it, whatever form it takes. The difficulty of trying to make money last until the end of the month and the real cause. Many people say that they are always trying to make ends meet. They face the greatest difficulty in paying off debts. Have you ever paid attention to what they say? In many cases, their conversation is more or less like this. They constantly criticize those who have succeeded in life and who have stood out from the crowd. Perhaps with this, they are trying to say, oh, that guy must be doing some kind of dirty work. He doesn't respect anyone. He's a jerk. And that's why they have nothing. They constantly condemn the things they say they want and desire. They criticize the more prosperous because they envy them and covet their prosperity. The easiest way to make wealth take flight and fly away is to criticize and condemn those who are richer than you. A common stone in the path to wealth. There is a single emotion that causes poverty in the lives of many people, and most people discover it the hard way. It is envy. If you see a competitor depositing large sums in the bank and you only have a few pennies to deposit, does this make you envious? The way to overcome this emotion is to say to yourself, wonderful. I am happy with this man's prosperity. I want him to be even richer. It is devastating to harbor thoughts of envy because it puts you in a negative position and therefore wealth runs away from you and not towards you. If you become upset or angry with someone else's prosperity or wealth, Immediately say that you wish them the greatest wealth possible. In this way, you will neutralize negative thoughts and cause wealth to flow towards you, according to the law of the subconscious. Eliminating a major mental block to wealth. If you suspect that someone is getting rich dishonestly, and this makes you worried or upset, stop worrying. If your suspicions are correct, know that this person is using the law of mind negatively. In due time, the law will take care of him. Be careful not to criticize him for the reasons explained earlier. Remember, the block or obstacle to wealth is in your own mind. Now you can destroy this mental stone. Do this by getting along mentally with all people. Sleep and grow rich. When you go to sleep tonight, practice the following technique. Repeat the word wealth calmly, peacefully, with feeling. Do this repeatedly as if you were humming a lullaby. Soothe yourself to sleep with this single word, wealth, and you will be amazed at the result. Wealth should rush to you in avalanches of abundance. This is another example of the magical power of the subconscious mind. Use the powers of the mind to your own benefit. 1. Resolve to get rich the easy way with the infallible help of the subconscious mind. 2. Trying to accumulate wealth with the sweat of your brow and hard work is the way to become the richest man in the cemetery. You don't have to kill yourself or live like a slave. 3. Wealth is a subconscious conviction. Imprint the idea of wealth on your mind. 4. The problem with most people is that they have no invisible means of support. 5. Repeat the word wealth slowly and peacefully for 5 minutes before bed, and your subconscious will find a way to bring wealth to your door. 6. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. Keep this fact in mind all the time. 7. The conscious and subconscious minds must agree. The subconscious will accept what you consider to be true. The dominant idea is always accepted by the subconscious, and it should be of wealth, not poverty. 8. You can overcome any mental conflict related to wealth by frequently affirming to yourself, every day I am prospering in all my interests. 9. Increase your sales by repeating numerous times the affirmation, my sales are improving every day. I am progressing, and getting richer every day. 10th, stop signing blank checks, such as, I don't have enough money for my needs, I don't have anything I want, and so on. These statements reinforce and multiply your losses. 11. In the subconscious mind, deposit thoughts of prosperity, wealth, and success, and later you will receive them back with compound interest. 12. What you mentally affirm should not, in any way, be denied moments later. This attitude will neutralize the good you have affirmed. 13. The true origin of success lies in the ideas we have in mind. You can conceive an idea that is worth $1 million. The subconscious will give you the idea you're looking for. 14. Envy and jealousy are obstacles on the path to wealth. Rejoice in the prosperity of others. 15. The block to wealth is in your own mind. Destroy this obstacle right now by making peace mentally with all people. Don't make money your only goal in life. Claim health, happiness, peace, authentic expression of yourself, and love as well. Radiate love and goodwill to all. Then the subconscious will reward you with compound interest in all these areas of expression,